I have to say goodbye to the sea, but it shouldn't be for long. I would like to swim in the waters of the Bay of Bengal on the other side of the subcontinent. The first stop on my way is the Sharavati Valley. Unbelievable green rice fields alternate with coconut and banana plantations. I could enjoy the taste of fresh coconut every day. I meet a lot of coconut stalls along the road. In one coconut plantation, I stayed overnight. I was just a little worried in case I woke up with a coconut on my head.
Čas na snídani, že si udělá tenhle ten kokos. A šel se válet na stromě. A šťávička. Hi.
My favorite sport, pushing a motorbike with a puncture. Fortunately, some workshop or other is always nearby. I don't meet many people except for a few local farmers. Sometimes it's nice to enjoy solitude and just watch the surroundings quietly. A little surprise awaits me at the end of the reservation, Jog Waterfall. It's not overwhelming in the dry season, but I like it anyway. A river always brings the opportunity to wash away the dust and cool my body down a bit. The days are getting quite hot and temperatures are around 40 degrees Celsius. If you travel in India, you can be sure that every day will be different and you'll see something new that will amaze you. A guy on a tree really attracted my attention. I stopped to see what they were picking. This is tamarind, otherwise called Indian dates. It tastes strange, sweet and sour towards bitter. But according to the guys, it's good for potency. What I long to see is a true Indian wedding. Unfortunately, I didn't receive the invitation, but it wasn't the last wedding I came across. Making bricks is quite often a way of making a living in India. What I saw was enough to make me realize how much hard work it takes compared to the level of earnings from it.
This is all wood we'll put inside and then fire it in. Then 24 hours we should fire this and it will come color too.
These workers have my great admiration and respect. I try to write a diary while traveling, but concentrating on writing is not always easy. I ride through the hot Midlands, passing countless large or small towns and villages that are full of people living their day-to-day life. After 800 kilometers and 3 days of riding, I arrived in Chennai. The 4 million people make this the 5th largest city in India. I'm staying with Tony, a Frenchman who has lived here for 7 years. He's a cool guy, and I spend time with him and his friends in the afternoon and evening. Even here, Christianity found its place. Much more interesting, however, is the nightlife on Marina Beach. People coming here from the whole city for fun, food, or simply to take a rest from the busy streets. When it comes to food, it's always worthwhile buying your meal where the locals eat. Then you can be sure the food will be brilliant. Satisfied and fulfilled, we go back to Tony's home. I love to drink my morning tea while listening to the never-ending sound of horns. It's easy to be lured by the smells of authentic Indian cuisine, which is really delicious. Full of energy, I'm going to explore the city coastline. I discovered an old bridge called the Broken Bridge, right next to the bathing buffaloes. This is the moment when I can finally complete my task and touch the waters of the Bay of Bengal. Tony recommended me to visit Kapaliswarar Temple, which has a beautifully colored carved roof. The natural conditions taught the Indians to manage water well. They built a water reservoir next to the temple, which served as the water supply for the dry season. Before the sun goes down, I go for a walk to a beach 3 kilometers from Tony's apartment. Very lucky to see the little turtles hatching.
Právě jsem dorazil k továrně Royal Enfield. Bohužel jsem nedostal povolení natáčet zde, takže pro dnešek jsou pro mě brány uzavřený.
What can I do? At least I'm going to visit the factory showroom. Royal Enfield is one of the oldest motorcycle brands. Founded in the UK in 1851 as a needle manufacturer. Later, they started to produce bicycles and parts for weapons. The first motorcycle was born in 1901. The establishment of the Indian Royal Enfield factory in 1955 was preceded by an order for 800 motorcycles from Madras Motors for the Indian Army. The English factory was closed in 1967, and since then, these wonderful motorcycles have been produced here in Chennai. Royal Enfield is not the only brand with a good reputation in India. Even Czech Jawa once enjoyed great popularity among locals. Indians took advantage of it, bought a manufacturing license, and started to make their own Jawa motorcycles. Of course, I could not miss the opportunity to ride this bike. I'm about halfway through my journey around India. From Chennai, I head north through the hot Midlands over the Nallamala Hills to Tandoor, where my new Indian friend will be waiting for me. The empty rear tire is not surprising. I got used to that. The guy who repaired it didn't want any money. He said it was enough to leave him something in memory. In the noon, the sun is so strong that I prefer to rest in the shade, and I'm not alone with this idea. I don't even want to know the temperature. Lunch break. Juicy sweet melon is a pleasant refreshment on hot roads, and I can buy it directly from the farmers for a few bucks. Nallamala Hills. This piece of land is a strange place in the dry season. It looks a bit post-apocalyptic, and the view of bare treetops at temperatures over 40 degrees is more than unusual. In the middle of the landscape, colored in all shades of brown, is the canyon of the Krishna River, with the dam producing electricity for hundreds of thousands of households. It's hard to believe that this world will turn into a green paradise full of life in just a few weeks. Where there is water, people try to keep it by all possible means. If this steel dam becomes broken, the young man will have a nice boat ride. Next time you can embark on a new adventure with me. We're going to look to Tandur and the sacred city of Varanasi on the banks of the Ganges River.